I'm Ludovic from Volt Event company. I'm the owner of the company, which exists since 8 years. And we are a leisure agency company and also a distributor of few leisure activity. So we buy Vion VR equipment a little bit less than 1 year. We were looking for a smaller activity area. That means sometimes we have customers who want to make laser game, but they don't have enough space. Generally for laser game, we ask for a minimum of 600 square meters, which is small. We prefer to have 1,000 square meters. And sometimes we have customers who say that they have a big, a big space, but only 200, 300 square meters. And it's happened a lot. So we say we need a kind of laser game activity on a smaller place. And VR, it's exactly that where we were looking for. Personally, we don't like VR static. We don't like this kind of experience because we tested this activity in IAPA and we have bad feeling about the activity. So we were looking for a free roaming VR activity in laser game. And what is great, that's the possibility to change the map, the kind of gun you can have, especially if it's for children, for adults. You know, if it's for children, to have a Christmas map, if it's adult and they are looking for something afraid, if they can play in a bunker with dark ambience, it's great. So the VR offers us the possibility to adapt the game to many kind of events. Maybe more than a laser, because laser, you play in the same place, the game will be always the same. Even if you change the scenario, basically you will play in the same area. So it's complicated to change the ambience. But because of VR, we can change the map, the music. So it offers us more possibility. What is funny, when we are on, for example, a big event like in Japan Expo, for 4 days it was full at 9 to 6 o'clock. When we have the waiting line, which was really big, we can have a family with the children. And when the parents arrive at the moment to play, they say, no, we just make the waiting line with our children, but we don't want to play. So we ask why, and sometimes the answer is, we already try a VR game and we feel sick after 1 minute. So we explain the difference of be static on a VR and moving by using only a joystick. And we explain that in free roaming, it's completely different because when you move, you see exactly what your body is making on the game. So we insist a little bit. We just put the mask and you just maybe make 3 steps. You will understand the difference. In my mind, I never remember that we have a customer that removes the mask after 10 seconds because they feel bad about how the game, the feeling of the distance between the player. I think free roaming is something that we need to explain better to people who are afraid of VR. Because most of the time, when we say VR to a customer who is not very aware of the technology, first thing VR is, VR, I think I will be sick. So the free roaming, I think, is a success of the VR. Safety is, I think, maybe one of the most important parts. But maybe after the free roaming effect, people are not afraid about the impact because when they are making the waiting line, they see the game maybe for 45 minutes in 1 year and on many events. I remember maybe 1 or 2 people, maybe 2 people each together because they were running. Of course, we say don't run. But sometimes we can have 2 children maybe who didn't listen very well the rules. The impact was not due to the software about the proximity system, or just because children were running. Maybe I see only one trouble of calibration, and now we know why. It was during the Japan Expo we were on the ground and we have many lights on the roof. The ground was reflecting too much the light. And on this event, we have many calibration issue. And we did the same event in next few months after, same condition, but with a carpet, and the carpet has no reflect. And with the carpet, it was perfect. It was the same place. So the ground is really important. When you have all condition good and you are sure to have everything correct, the system is working very well and we don't have a calibration issue. My first answer will be about the space. If you want to have a good laser game indoor activity, you need to have a big space. I think now if it's too small, people don't want to play in a laser game of 200 square meters. Maybe 10 years ago, we have a lot of indoor laser game, small arena, with basic maze where you can't run, you just walk into a small area and you turn left, right. And I know this kind of area can be small enough, but now we have many laser tag outdoor. People know they can play with big space, indoor or outdoor laser game equipment. We have the same question for customer. They're asking us, okay, we have a 300 square meters indoor area, total square. That means you need maybe 50 square meters for the, receiving the client. You have a small part for the bar, so at the end, the area is only 200 square meters. On the 200 square meters, I don't think, even if you are making, to a stage, I personally think that it's too small. So this kind of client, they should think about new activity, which can be, of course, VR. A combination of VR and maybe other game.